frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for all you. And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah, whole squad like, yeah, and it feel like, yeah, all day like, yeah, all night like, yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems, yeah, you don't.
It is the NFL on EA Sports, and it will likely be the final season in which we say we've got football from Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Delta, fight!
Check three. Check it back.
White!
Hey, one set. Check,
White, 89!
Now Rivers. Got Gordon open, completes it. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Well, going over some notes in the pregame and looking at Phillip Rivers' record against Oakland, 18-8 all-time against them. And those 18 wins, more than he's had against any other team. And unless these two squads, unlikely, but unless they would meet up in the playoffs, this is the last time that Phillip Rivers will face the Oakland Raiders.
61, matchbox, White, 89!
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rivers completes it to Watt. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
I'm going to go load it.
Don't let him breathe. Play that tight deep. Don't let
Red Delta. Bravo.
They just got that play off. Now Rivers. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
On 2nd down, Rivers again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Throwing Rivers. He's got his man. It's Williams. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
380.
Hey, T-Line, let's get in there. Let's get in there.
12.
Slam.
Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. From the 2 now, second and goal.
General West.
It's a gain of a yard. Brings up second and goal at the 2-yard line.
Hey, go orange.
To throw, Rivers. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0.
Chargers 7, Raiders nothing.
Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Check 99. Jim.
Check 26. Check 26. Time's right, Chief.
DeAndre Washington, his first carry. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's second and a yard.
All day, every day, any day.
To throw, it's Carr. Flushed out right. Hauling it in, Nelson. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 45-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check 50. Check. Lucky. Check 13. Check 13.
Carr on the give. It's Washington. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Right down. 180. Right on one.
Pick up the ball. Mike's 49.
Hey, Haywood.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. 49, guys. Mike.
Express. Oh, here we go. Oh.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
Express. Snap.
From the gun, it's Carr. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Chargers will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Charger drive about to get going. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals. All right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. A second down throw for Rivers. He sets to fire deep. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 39.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. The toss left to Washington. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Chargers' 37-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here as they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. On 2nd and 9. Carr. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
Hey, seam 6.
Carr going to throw. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's go.
The Charger drive about to get going. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance.
And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Taco Charlton. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. It's caught. Beckham. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield. for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Light 42, light 42. So don't say nothing.
On third down, Rivers. And that'll be incomplete. Now, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. But the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things.
I'm taking it. Watch the slant, watch the slant.
Express. 29.
Throwing his Carr on third down. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Tight right. 4 down. Express.
Play action. Now it's Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Washington. And that gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
You're mine.
Hey, here we go. 49.
Hey, exit.
Mike, 49. Bandit.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Got his man. It's Williams. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. And for the second time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger drive about to get going, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
someone
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one, and a Charger first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Running on first down, Eckler. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Raiders pick it up. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Down. Raider 9, 185.
Hey, watch it, watch it.
He's coming. We got double up.
On first, here's Washington. And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Down. 180. We're good. 280.
From the 45 on second down, Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half.
Down. 180. 1. Raider 1.
Pull it together.
On first and 10, here's Carr. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Thomas Davis leading the surge there as he drops him for a loss of 6. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Now Carr. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Only a yard there. Sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up third.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
On third down, here's Washington. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. That'll be good for 6, but now it's fourth down.
A gain of 6 yards. It's fourth down.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. The kick by Carlson is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in Oakland with the Raiders on top. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
They try to jet sweep with Nelson. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play that time for the Raiders. 55 yards. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Washington gets it going right. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Big ad. Hey, switch gears.
Staying on the ground with Washington. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
What now? 180?
29 to Mike. Coming.
On 3rd down, Washington. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. DeAndre Washington, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes this a 9-point game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson.
Come on, let's go.
The Chargers take over 1st and 10. At their own 35-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, downtown!
From the gun, Rivers. He's got it to Williams. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
Well, that's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to turn you up. Don't get...
Now Carr. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. It's a foot race. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. DeAndre Washington. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Now Sean Payton going to say, let's go for 2 on this one.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
Working from the gun, it's Carr toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Being chased out left. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
54, right there. 54, Mike. I got it.
Hey, box trot.
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And now off to the races down the right side. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. This D wanting to put it away before we even get to the fourth quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Charger drive about to get going.
Hey, Rocket. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Check.
Go.
Check. Alert three.
Back to it after the pick six. Rivers. It's caught by OBJ. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Virgil Green is tied in, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
180. Hey, easy.
Throwing again. Rivers on second and 10. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Clemson, Trayvon Mullen. The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
Watch twist.
Lie down. Check nine.
They'll start the drive with Washington. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just one.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
At the 20-yard line.
Down. 185.
49 to Mike. Hey. Shift. Watch the shift.
Right back to Washington.
He's crashing.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Down. 180. We're good. 280.
49, guys. Mike.
Hand me.
Man out. Check.
93.
Bang. 49 to Mike. Watch 49. Let's go, D. 49.
On third down, Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
The Charger drive about to get going. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because his confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, Delta.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Go, Mike 42. Mike 42. Let's pick it up.
Now Rivers. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. Rivers incomplete on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10.
Mike 42. Mike 42. Drop deep. Drop deep.
Hey, orbit.
Here's the party now. 42 the mic, boys. 42. 42 the mic. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day.
Hey, Delta. Behind.
To throw again. Rivers. He'll get this to Eckler. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Bit 180. Black 15.
Double dog. That's the way.
Orange 5-4.
Check hot route. Hot.
To the air again here, Rivers. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And an alley to run. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Melvin Gordon, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chargers, they're able to cut into that deficit.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness.
And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
Yeah, got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Watch out.
That's right.
Check 37. Check 37.
They go with Washington to begin the drive. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Too little, tough cut. Kill.
White.
Whip. Watch the whip. Share.
Ready, 1.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Washington, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with one more plus the 2-minute warning, and we'll be back.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Now Carr on the bootleg. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going.
You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't.
Zero.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Yeah.
Rivers on first down.
You ain't going nowhere.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it's a second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Nick Perry with a pick. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. On 1st and goal, Washington. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. DeAndre Washington. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Eckler. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Zero. I'm going to go load it. Load it.
54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike. Switch up. Switch up.
12.
3rd and short yardage, Rivers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Taco Charlton able to record his 5th sack of the season. Rivers to throw it. That's to his running back, complete. But they're going to wrap him up as he'll go down well short of a first. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. On first down, Washington. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you watch high school, college, or the NFL.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long.
6-18.
Shotgun now for Carr. He wants it all for the end zone. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left.
It's 4th down.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. And now we're going to get a timeout. Somewhat pointlessly called with 3 seconds to go in a game that's already been decided. The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. The Charger drive about to get going. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Oakland, the win gets them back over 500 at 5-4 on the year. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for our visitors, they come back to the pack a bit as their record falls to 7-3. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.